There's a handful of places that people want to hunt, right? There's a handful of places that come up, you know, to go to northern Mexico to get a Gould's turkey. There's this idea that like to go down to Mississippi, you're hunting these like sort of the hardest birds you can hunt, some of the wariest birds you can hunt. And the Black Hills sits in there. It's like sort of the, you know, it's kind of like the Miriam's turkey promised land. I somehow managed to go this long without coming to the Black Hills to hunt. And I keep saying Black Hills, we were actually hunting just on the edge of the Black Hills in what's called a prairie region. What's cool about that is you're really at that face of these rigid, dark, kind of foreboding mountainous country, and to sort of hunt that edge and navigate that edge. And so that's another cool thing to see. There's a semblance of wilderness in the Black Hills still. There's a lot of human population on the edges of it. And you see ways in which we can find ways to really live with wildlife and let wildlife thrive. You know, it's a really interesting place to look at sort of a working landscape that has, you know, abundant game and it's easy to get to. So it was a cool experience to see it.
I really enjoy the communicating with animals and calling, and that aspect of turkey hunting. You know, when you can get into a conversation, whether with a hen or a gobbler. And then definitely one of the great things is like you kill an elk and you look at that thing on the ground and you go, man, like all four of us have like a day of work now to deal with this thing. With a turkey, you can high five and then pick the thing up, put it over your shoulder and walk out of the woods, right? Work's done.
I have seen a lot of turkeys get hit and get away. I've seen a lot of turkeys get missed by people. I think that you need to find a good turkey load that you can use at a variety of distances. When I see people miss birds, they're very close. And so people just whiff shots because they're off a couple inches because they don't have good spread. Or you get out of ways and you got like a wide spreading shotgun where the funnel widens very quickly, but once it gets out of ways, there's all those shot pellets traveling out. There's holes in the pattern of them. And you can wound birds, but not lethally.
I used to be a big shot size guy because you wanted the weight that you got from a bigger shot size, but now with TSS being available, whether you shoot straight TSS or mixed into third degree, you know, that has the weight that gives you the equals the weight of what used to be like a 4 lead back in the day, and so you're getting that same downrange performance. So at this point, I'll take the smaller TSS as opposed to a bigger load with less pellets. So yeah, I wish there was more I could tell you about, because if the ammunition hadn't performed, I'd have all kinds of things to say. But I shot both my birds at roughly 25 or 30 yards. And I think that speaks to how good the mix of pellet sizes in the third degree works, right? You got 5s, 6s, and 7s and different shapes in there. And you got the tungsten in the 7s for your long range. So I can't tell you which pellet killed the bird, but both those birds pretty much got hit and just laid right over. There was very little flopping. So yeah, it performed, beyond expectations.
One of the ways in which I fell in love with third degree and started shooting Federal's third degree ammo is because at close ranges you got some pellets coming out. There's 3 different like projectiles, right? Some are like spreading out early on, but then you still have a good blast of shot for far out shots that still stays tight. So it's kind of covering your bases on all those things. And so that's just what I recommend to people. And I think that when I recommend stuff, I'm trying to help people get something that's like very all-purpose, utilitarian, really reliable, easy to figure out, easy to understand, easy to use. And Federal provides that because they have a great assortment of things. You can explore these other options, but at the core, it's just like stuff that works good, that's produced to exacting standards, and it's just predictable. And I think that that's helpful for people to get something they know that there's all kinds of uncertainty, but this thing will work. The weather, I can't help you.